On April 25, a Long March 2F rocket briefly illuminated the dark desert skies above Jiuquan Spaceport in northwest China. It carried 3 Shenzhou 18 astronauts to the Tiangong space station, marking another milestone in China's rapidly advancing space program. We're going to break down this mission, China's broader ambitions in space, and what it all means for the future of space exploration. So sit back, relax, and let's embark on this exciting journey together. Let's start with a bit of history. Since 2003, when China made its debut in human spaceflight with Shenzhou 5, it has steadily built its capabilities. Initially, China launched only 6 crewed missions up to 2020. But since then, they've accelerated their pace, launching 7 missions, including the latest Shenzhou 18 crew. This crew has taken over from the outgoing Shenzhou 17 team for a new 6-month stint in orbit. Just over a week later, at the Wenchang space launch site on Hainan Island, another significant launch took place. A Long March 5 rocket sent the Chang'e 6 mission to the Moon, designed to collect samples from the far side. This mission is a critical step in verifying procedures like lunar landing, launch from the Moon, and rendezvous and docking in lunar orbit. These missions are a testament to China's growing capabilities and ambitions in space exploration. China's efforts in space are not just about launching rockets and sending astronauts into orbit. They are part of a broader strategy to position China as a leading space power. This strategy includes developing new technologies, building infrastructure, and creating partnerships with other countries. The pace at which China is advancing its space capabilities is impressive, and it reflects a long-term vision for space exploration. China's space ambitions were highlighted during a recent press conference in Jiuquan, where the Shenzhou 18 mission's crew was revealed just a day before launch. This secrecy, likely due to the military's involvement in China's human spaceflight program, didn't hide the country's ambitious goals. Lin Shiqian, deputy director of the China Manned Space Engineering Office, stated that China is making steady progress toward putting astronauts on the Moon before 2030. The proposed crewed lunar mission involves 2 Long March 10 rockets launching a spacecraft named Mengzhou and a lunar lander named Lanyue. This mission will see astronauts spending 6 hours on the Moon, using a rover and collecting samples before returning to Earth. The development of mechanical and thermal test products for the crew spacecraft and lander is nearly complete, with various rocket engines undergoing hot fire tests. The Wenchang crewed lunar exploration launch site is also under construction. China's approach to space exploration is methodical and strategic. By keeping details of their missions and plans under wraps, they maintain a level of secrecy that ensures their advancements are revealed only when necessary. This strategy allows them to manage expectations and avoid premature scrutiny. However, it also builds a sense of intrigue and anticipation, making each announcement and mission reveal a significant event. China's lunar ambitions aren't just about scientific discovery, they're also about prestige and power. Achieving a crewed lunar landing would bolster the legitimacy of the Chinese Communist Party, showcasing their technological prowess. Scott Pace, director of George Washington University's Space Policy Institute, points out that a successful landing would reflect a high degree of confidence in their deep space capabilities. Domestically, this achievement would position China alongside the United States, the only country to have successfully landed astronauts on the Moon. Marc Julien from the French Institute of International Relations notes that China's space program serves national development, defense, and prestige purposes. The strategic competition between the US-led Artemis Accords and the Chinese-led International Lunar Research Station, ILRS, adds a diplomatic dimension to this race. Moreover, China's space program is seen as a tool for national pride and unity. Each successful mission strengthens the perception of China's technological and scientific prowess. The impact of these achievements extends beyond the scientific community, inspiring a new generation of scientists, engineers, and space enthusiasts. It also enhances China's standing on the global stage, signaling their capability and determination in the high-stakes arena of space exploration. The ILRS, initially a joint effort with Russia, has become predominantly China-led since Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine. This initiative aims to build a robotic lunar base in the 2030s, with plans for crewed missions to follow. Upcoming missions like Chang'e 7 and Chang'e 8 will focus on resource utilization and testing technologies such as 3D printing with lunar regolith. China's vision emphasizes long-term, sustained lunar infrastructure, similar to NASA's Artemis Base Camp concept. They plan to establish a permanent presence on the Moon, incorporating navigation and communications satellites. A recent paper by the Chinese Society of Astronautics outlines phased plans for lunar habitation and resource extraction, aiming for large-scale utilization and potential lunar tourism by 2045. The ILRS project is ambitious, with plans to create a fully functional lunar base that can support human life and operations. This base will serve as a hub for scientific research, technological testing, and potential commercial activities. By focusing on both robotic and crewed missions, China is ensuring that they can establish a sustainable presence on the Moon, leveraging the latest technologies and innovations. China is also looking to expand its presence in low Earth orbit with the Tiangong space station, completed in 2022. Plans are underway to add a multifunctional module around 2027, increasing its capacity. Zhang Qiao of the China Academy of Space Technology announced that they aim to build a 180-ton, 6-module assembly, making Tiangong a significant player in LEO. China is learning from NASA's commercial cargo initiatives, seeking low-cost solutions for supplying Tiangong. They are exploring inflatable modules for human spaceflight, similar to those developed by Sierra Space. This innovation highlights China's commitment to advancing human spaceflight and maintaining a competitive edge in space. Expanding the Tiangong space station will allow China to conduct more complex and longer-term missions. The additional modules will provide more space for scientific experiments, living quarters for astronauts, and docking ports for visiting spacecraft. This expansion is a clear indication of China's commitment to maintaining a significant and continuous human presence in space. Moreover, the Tiangong expansion plans include the potential for international cooperation. China has expressed interest in inviting astronauts from other countries to participate in missions aboard Tiangong. This could foster international collaboration and knowledge exchange, enhancing the station's role as a global hub for scientific research and space exploration. China is also exploring the possibilities of commercial partnerships to supply Tiangong. By engaging with private companies, China aims to develop a sustainable and cost-effective supply chain for the station. This approach mirrors NASA's successful commercial cargo program, which has significantly reduced costs and increased efficiency in resupplying the International Space Station. Despite China's ambitious plans, cooperation between China and the West will likely remain limited. Scott Pace notes that while transparent, reciprocal, and mutually beneficial cooperation is possible, the degree of political trust required for joint human spaceflight operations is not present. Even coordinated scientific missions would be very difficult under current conditions. For now, China and the US appear set on the same destinations with very separate programs and different sets of partners. How China's engagement, task sharing, and rule setting play out remains to be seen. China has repeatedly stated that it is open to international cooperation, but this tends to be on terms determined solely by China. The competitive nature of space exploration means that both China and the US are striving to showcase their technological advancements and strategic capabilities. This competition drives innovation and progress but also poses challenges for collaboration. Each country aims to be the leader in space exploration, pushing the boundaries of what is possible and setting new standards for achievement. The potential for cooperation, however, is not entirely off the table. There are areas where mutual interests align, such as planetary defense, space debris management, and scientific research. Collaborative efforts in these areas could pave the way for more significant joint missions in the future. Nonetheless, the political landscape and strategic objectives will continue to shape the dynamics of space cooperation and competition. In conclusion, China's ambitious space program reflects not only their technological capabilities but also a strategic vision that could reshape global space exploration. Their progress in human spaceflight, lunar missions, and LEO activities is remarkable and poses a significant challenge to other spacefaring nations. As always, if you found this video informative and want to stay updated on the latest in space exploration, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Keep looking up.